District Digital Creatives at NAB 2018. Brought to you by Blackmagic Design, leading the creative video revolution. Landers Scientific, reference displays and advanced color management devices. OWC, the speed to create, the capacity to dream. And Adobe, everything you need to design and deliver exceptional digital experiences.
Hey guys, GKJR with District Digital Creatives. We are the Blackmagic Design booth, and we're talking Fusion, Fairlight, and Resolve 15 with Jason Druss. Jason, what's going on?
Hey, how are you, George? Thanks for taking the time to speak with us.
So spill the beans for me. Just running the whole gamut of Resolve 15, because there's a lot jam-packed into this app right now.
Yeah, there's a lot packed into there. So we've fully integrated Fusion into DaVinci Resolve. So now Fusion is a part of Resolve. It's a tab within Resolve. It's in between the Edit and the Color tab. So you can build your timelines, you can edit your timelines, and when you want to adjust your visual effects, your compositing, you want to create some 3D motion graphics, you want to do some paint work, anything that your imagination could come up with, you just hover over the clip that you want to switch, that you want to edit, and then you click on the Fusion tab, and there's your Fusion comp. As soon as you finish your compositing work, you just click right back over to the edit page or the color page or the Fairlight page, and that's it. It's easy as pie. You just a one-click solution. And what this means really for the high-end facilities is that they're going to save a lot of money in being able to switch between high-end editing, visual effects, color grading, audio mixing, just by clicking between tabs. Folks that work in those facilities can share projects, be in collaboration mode, and not have to conform in or out of all these different platforms anymore. We're creating a truly parallel workflow where everyone can be doing their jobs at the same time, with most importantly, the same amount of ability with the same skill set, with the same professional tools, or the high-end level of professional tools. That's what Resolve 15 is all about. Now, in addition to Fusion being fully integrated, every other page got a lot of really huge upgrades with Resolve 15. The Fairlight page, for instance, got a brand new sound library tool that's accessible on the Fairlight and the edit pages. But when folks started editing with DaVinci Resolve 14, a lot more folks started editing with that version. We were getting a lot of feedback. A lot of folks let us know that, if we have a sound library with 50,000 elements, we don't want to have to import those every single time we start a project. We need to just access a database or a library of audio files. So with audio libraries now, you can connect those audio libraries. There's a really great interface and a really great tab for searching through your audio and choosing to import one or a few clips at a time instead of importing thousands of elements. We also have a brand new world-class Adr Tool for automated dialogue replacement. So what you can do is you can import a simple CSV file that you can make in any application with timecode in, timecode out, character names, and dialogue. And we have this great new interface where you can arm a certain track to record for your ADR track. You go to the dialogue you want to record. You set if you want a video streamer. Do you want to count him? Do you want a beep right when the actor is supposed to start speaking? You go ahead and record. You can record multiple takes. You can audition those takes against each other, decide what take is the best one, and keep that one. We have a great new 3D panning system that actually has a graphical representation of where you're placing your sound in 3D space. We have 13 new Fairlight effects like reverb, echo, dehummer, de-esser, noise removal, and all of those have really great tools to edit your audio and clean up your audio. So when we introduced Fairlight in version 14, we said, we're kind of on a 12 to 18 month roadmap to complete integration till Fairlight's 100% in there to the best of its ability. And we've gotten a lot closer. Fairlight is ready for professional work for the folks in Resolve, and we're going to be, we're looking forward to Fairlight customers, existing Fairlight customers, testing it out and seeing, how it bears with them. The color page also got a lot of huge improvements this year. We have a brand new LUT browser, so colorists can now just hover over all of the LUTs in a new LUT folder before clicking and deciding which one they want to use. We have a new composite mode where anyone who's used a layer mixer node will, you change the composite mode, let's see how that looks, you right click again, you keep changing it. Now, if you have a layer node and you want to change the composite mode, as you just scroll down the list, a live preview shows up in the viewer of what that's going to look like. So that became a lot easier. We have this great new shared nodes tool. You can group a bunch of shots together and color grade them all at the same time.
Right.
Well, let's say you're color grading a commercial and the client comes in and they say, I love it, can everything just be a little bit warmer? Instead of making a whole bunch of groups now, what you could do is you can make a node, do your color grade, and say to Resolve that this node is a shared node, and you can name it specifically. When you add that shared node to as many clips as you want to, it ripples onto those shots, and then as soon as you change a shared node, it automatically ripples to every other shot. So it's a different way to think about grouping shots. If you want to essentially just have one node that ripples across all shots instead of grouping them together specifically, it's a really great solution. We also have brand new support for Dolby Vision and HDR10+. We've always had HDR tools in Resolve for many years now. As anyone knows, most HDR features are graded and finished in Resolve, but we have these great new Dolby Vision and HDR10+ tabs right there in the color page. And anyone who knows about Dolby Vision knows that they have this content mapping unit that you get from them that will allow you to ripple that metadata into your project, so different HDR versions and SDR versions all stay in line, appropriate to the artist's vision. We're happy to announce that every single DaVinci Resolve Studio user now has a Dolby Vision Cmu built right into the software that's GPU accelerated instead of having a separate computer. It's really massive. What you get for free with DaVinci Resolve Studio is an automatic trim pass on all of your clips or selected clips. If you want a clip-by-clip trim, you can contact Dolby and get a license from them for that. And for HDR10+, we have all 10 anchor points available to do independent trim passes for a clip-by-clip basis. We also have brand new IMF encoding and decoding for Netflix. So if you're sharing a show to Netflix, or if you're sharing to IMF at all for finishing, we now have all the Kakadu JPEG 2000 image sequences formats wrapped in IMF. And also we're using Kakadu 2000, JPEG 2000 for unencrypted DCPs. Now everyone can make their own DCPs as well.
That's cool.
Last but not least, I want to shout out to the editors out there. For editing, we have brand new stackable timelines and timeline tabs, so you can have multiple timelines open at the same time. If you want to copy and paste from one timeline to the other, you just make a stack. You can just drag clips back and forth across to each other. We have brand new closed captioning and subtitle support. So you can import a standard SRT file, drop it on your timeline. We have a specific subtitle track. You can edit those subtitles like any other kind of text file. And then when you go to export, you can choose to burn the subtitles into your project. You can export them as a separate file, or you can do embedded closed captioning.
Excellent. So let me clarify. So Fusion is part of Resolve. It's a full version of Fusion in Resolve.
It's the full version of Fusion. Now, we do want to say that first of all, this is our first public beta that we released yesterday that everyone can download on Mac, Linux, and PC. But just like with Fairlight, we're on a 12 to 18 month roadmap until we have full Fusion 9 integration. So the rest of the tools will be added soon in the future. We have a ton of them in there right now. The stability is going to grow over the coming months and over the next year. And for existing Fusion 9 customers, we're going to continue to support Fusion 9. They can keep working in Fusion 9 all they want to. Fusion 9 Fusion Studio dongles now are DaVinci Resolve Studio dongles as well.
Right.
So that's a big plus for them. But as the coming months come along and the new versions come along, especially the upcoming dot updates, we always do a few big dot updates every year.
There's one more little nugget in Fusion also that I saw yesterday. You guys actually have templates in Fusion to make titling easier workflow for folks that are just starting with Fusion and taking a look at Fusion.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the great things about Fusion is templates. So you essentially have a tools bin that not only gives you all of your tools, but you have all of your templates. So we have tons of pre-made templates in Fusion right now for you to use. You can just click, drag, and drop them onto your node tree. Some of them are easy and some of them are advanced. And this is really great because new Fusion users are going to be able to actually map out, put nodes and viewers to like, oh, I see how this is working. You just put this there, and this is how it's all connecting together. So when you have a graphic or a motion graphic that you've made, or a specific delta key or combination or a planar track that you really like, you can save that as a template and just carry that into your bin, and it's always there waiting for you for more projects.
Excellent. Jason Druss, thank you very much, sir. Congratulations. It's exciting times at Blackmagic. This is GKJR for District Digital Creatives at Blackmagic Design Booth 2018 NAB.